What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, you're hearing tons and tons of reports after retired legendary Olympic gold medalist, 6th Division world champion, Mexican American superstar boxer, turned founder and promoter of Golden Boy Promotions, Oscar the Golden Boy De La Hoya. Oscar De La Hoya, he made mention that his fighter, undefeated welterweight superstar Mexican boxer Vergil Ortiz Jr., who is 19 wins, no loss, no draw, 19 wins by way of knockout, 24 years of age, 5'10" with a 70-inch arm reach, is interested in making a fight happen between himself and undefeated 3 division world champion, former junior welterweight undisputed world champion, currently the reigning WBO World Boxing Organization welterweight world champion, who is widely considered by many to be the #1 best pound for pound fighter in the world, in Terence Bud Crawford. Terence Crawford is 39 wins, no losses, no draw, 30 big wins by way of knockout, 35 years of age, 5'8" with a 74-inch arm reach. Now, Vergil Ortiz was once Terence Crawford's WBO #1 mandatory challenger, and he opted to go in a different direction. Okay, he wouldn't commit to a fight with Terence Crawford. Now, Terence Crawford, he's being linked to undefeated unified 3-belt WBA, WBC, IBF welterweight world champion superstar boxer, who is widely considered to be top 2, if not #1, definitely top 5 pound for pound best fighters in the world, and Earl the Truth Spence Jr. Earl Spence Jr. is 28 wins, no loss, no draw, 22 wins by way of knockout, 32 years of age, 5'9.5" with a 72-inch arm reach. That makes for the biggest fight in boxing. But if they're not going to fight each other, what's the next best option? And Earl Spence is linked to fighting former unified welterweight world champion superstar boxer Keith one-time Thurman, who is 30 wins, 1 loss, no draw, 22 wins by way of knockout. Keith Thurman is 34 years of age, 5'8" with a 69-inch arm reach. Looks like that's possibly going to take place in May. With that said, what's next for Terence Crawford? And Oscar De La Hoya, he takes to social media and he says, would love to see Vergil Ortiz, who's from Dallas, Texas, okay, face off against Terence Crawford at AT&T Dallas Cowboys Stadium in his next fight. Now, keep in mind, Vergil Ortiz, he was scheduled to face WBA regular champion, Lithuanian star boxer, Eimantas Stanionis in his next fight. Eimantas Stanionis holds the WBA regular title, and they were supposed to fight on the 28th of March, okay? March 28th, I believe it was set. No, or April 28th, one of those dates. But the fight got canceled because of an injury Stanionis suffered, okay? And now they're going to reschedule it. So instead of Vergil Ortiz Jr. going the route of fighting Terence Crawford, which he very well could have done because Terence Crawford last fought December 10th of 2022. So with that said, Vergil Ortiz, is linked to fighting Eimantas Stanionis, who's 14 wins, no loss, no draw, 9 wins by way of knockout, 28 years of age, 5'8" with a 68-inch arm reach in his next fight for the WBA regular title. Again, he could push for the fight with Terence Crawford. So Oscar De La Hoya, he says, let's make this fight happen between Terence Crawford and Vergil Ortiz. Would be huge. But instead, they opted to go in a different direction once again, as Vergil Ortiz and Oscar De La Hoya are looking for a new date to reschedule the fight with Eimantas Stanionis. Okay, now this fight had been ordered, but again, like I said, Eimantas Stanionis got injured, and he's the WBA regular champion. So Vergil Ortiz essentially is removing himself from the Terence Crawford fight completely because he wins the WBA title, the regular title from Stanionis. He's going to lose his position just like undefeated welterweight superstar title contender Jaron Boots Ennis did, who is 30 wins, no loss, no draw, 27 wins by way of knockout, 25 years of age, 5'10" with a 74-inch arm reach. Okay, Jaron Boots Ennis, okay, just beat Karen Chua Kazim, and that was for the IBF interim title, which prompted him to lose his position in the WBO and WBC rankings. So when Vergil Ortiz fights Eimantas Stanionis, he's going to lose his position in WBO rankings as well, and his opportunity to push for the mandatory challenge against Terence Crawford. Now, it makes zero sense for Eimantas Stanionis to be the chosen opponent for Vergil Ortiz and Oscar De La Hoya, seeing as though the point is to get to a title, right? And you can fight and beat Terence Crawford and get to a title and win a title. And then the fight with Vergil Ortiz Jr. and his former stablemate in Errol Spence Jr. is a huge fight in Dallas, Texas. We know Errol Spence, he does huge numbers in AT&T Dallas Cowboys Stadium, right? So it would make sense that, Vergil Ortiz fights and beats Terence Crawford, then Vergil Ortiz can fight Errol Spence in a huge fight in Texas. Nobody has a home field or home ring, home advantage, right? Because it's both the same. So again, so they were supposed to fight Eimantas Stanionis and Vergil Ortiz March 18th, okay? But due to a abdominal injury suffered by Stanionis or something of that magnitude, the fight has gotten postponed. And so Oscar De La Hoya putting up this post sounded good, sounded like a great plan. But in return, now Vergil Ortiz and Oscar De La Hoya looking to reschedule the date rather than pursue a fight with Terence Crawford, which again makes no sense because again, when I said Vergil Ortiz, he did a lot of calling out of Terence Crawford when he fought a close friend and somebody that's trained by Terence Crawford in Maurice Mighty Mo Hooker. Okay, Vergil Ortiz fought Maurice Mighty Mo Hooker. Terence Crawford was an assistant trainer for Maurice Mighty Mo Hooker. Okay, and Vergil Ortiz was telling the world that once he beats Maurice Hooker and knocks him out in front of Terence Crawford, then he was going to fight Terence Crawford. This was March of 2021. Okay, and after the fight, when asked about fighting Terence Crawford, he backpedaled, right? Now, he said, after I knock out Maurice Hooker in front of Terence Crawford, I want to make the fight happen with Terence Crawford. Then he started backpedaling when asked if he's ready. He started to backpedal, never really committing to Terence Crawford. Then he fought a guy, August of 2021, a guy that Terence Crawford had already beaten, in Egis Kavalauskas, okay? And he got buzzed and hurt badly in the fight. Looked like he was on the verge of possibly getting knocked out himself, but he recovered and got an 8th round knockout victory over Egis Kavalauskas. Then once again, he was asked about fighting Terence Crawford, and he backpedaled off it again. Most recently, he fought Michael McKinson. That was August of this year, and he suffered an injury, a sickness, and he was out the ring for quite some time, a year. Okay, he came back, he fought Michael McKinson. He beat him a 9th round stoppage. And once again, he was asked about Terence Crawford, and he didn't commit to the fight with Terence Crawford. So he's been Terence Crawford's mandatory since March of 2021 when he fought Maurice Mighty Mo Hooker, when he told the world he was going to call out Terence Crawford after that fight, and he chose to go in a different direction. And right now, Terence Crawford fought December 10th of 2022. He says that he's ready to get back in the ring in April. Eimantas Stanionis, they don't have a date to reschedule it. You was going to fight Stanionis March 18th. So you can schedule a fight, push for the WBO mandatory, and fight for the actual title in the WBO title instead of fighting for a WBA interim. Essentially, that's what the regular title is. And fight Terence Crawford, win a real belt, become a real champion, official one of the sanctioned bodies, and then you can push for Errol Spence for a massive undisputed bout in Dallas, Texas. They trained in the same gym. They came up in the same area. Errol Spence is a mega star at AT&T Stadium in Dallas. Vergil Ortiz would be a mega star there. Imagine Vergil Ortiz versus Errol Spence for undisputed after Vergil Ortiz beats Terence Crawford. That would be enormous, right? It only makes sense. Why would you fight Eimantas Stanionis for a secondary belt when you can fight Terence Crawford for the official belt? Well, we know why. Styles make fights. They don't like the style matchup. They saw when they fought Maurice Hooker, who's long and rangy like Terence Crawford, he was having trouble with his ability to box and adjusting to Maurice Hooker. And from that moment, they never ever wanted to commit to a Terence Crawford fight. And Oscar De La Hoya bringing this up and then changing his mind and saying, well, we're going to pursue a rescheduling of Eimantas Stanionis. Well, that speaks volumes. And that tells you everything you need to know, because if you was going to fight Stanionis March 18th, then you can fight Terence Crawford in April for a first for the official belt instead of a secondary belt. But they don't like their chances. They don't like the style matchup, and they don't want to do it. And Terence Crawford is a network promotional free agent once again. So that means he can fight Vergil Ortiz on the zone with Golden Boy. Easy fight to be made. While Terence Crawford is waiting for Errol Spence fight and vice versa. So unfortunate. But that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notification. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all in one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.